Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about something that I think that most of us are familiar with from school, the pyramids. Specifically, I wanted to talk about the theory that in the past, there were huge explosions or other disasters that affected the pyramids in some way. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but bear with me for a moment and let me explain. The first pyramid I want to talk about is the Meidum Pyramid, which is considered to be older than the other pyramids. This is because of a slightly different method of construction they use, which caused it to go up at one angle and then change angles and go in at a less severe angle. They believe this is because the ancient Egyptians were experimenting with their construction of pyramids and didn't realize that the angle would cause it to fall down until they were a little ways up, and then they decided to make it less drastic so as to avoid compromising the structure. I have several problems with that explanation. The main one being, if someone's going to put that much time, effort, and money into building something so big, then you would think they would build a scale model first to make sure that their method of construction actually, worked. However, the interesting thing about the pyramid is that it's actually damaged. There's a corner of it that's blown off. Egyptologists have no reasonable explanation for how this happened. However, locals in the area have pointed out the fact that there's rubble all around the edges of the pyramid, which on one side is blackened and charred as if it were burnt by an explosion, and is the same color as the rest of the pyramid on the other side. Additionally, the original photos of the Meidum Pyramid show that it appeared to be blackened and burnt when they first discovered it. However, it seems to have been cleaned up today, as you can see in this photo here. Now, just to show that this isn't because the photo was black and white or the contrast was bigger, I actually took a photo from today, put it in Photoshop and boosted the contrast and turned it black and white to show that there's a big difference between the two photos that isn't explained just by the camera. Moving to a pyramid that almost everyone is familiar with, the Great Pyramid of Giza has giant cracks inside of the foundations and through the walls and floors on the inside, something that could have only been caused by a huge amount of force. In the original photos taken and the journals of the explorers who went there, it's clear that the walls and ceilings of the pyramid were originally covered in ash and soot, which the Department of Antiquities has cleaned away, along with patching these cracks. If they're really interested in conserving the history, why would they be restoring the pyramids to something that they weren't when they found them, instead of making it clear that this is how they found them and something must have happened? Also, the supposed coffin inside of the pyramid is missing a huge chunk as if the corner were blown off by something. So how did this happen? What caused these secret disasters? A question that people have been asking for a long time is how the Egyptians did all of the work inside of the pyramids with so little light, drawing the hieroglyphs, carving the stones, doing the general construction on the inside. If they had used torches with all of that fire inside of such an enclosed space, you would think it would become difficult to breathe as the oxygen was eaten up by all of the fire they were using. So if they didn't use torches, what did they use to light the pyramids while they did this work? These hieroglyphs, found in Dendera, Egypt, depict what appears to be a giant light bulb-like machine. They look very similar to an early predecessor of the light bulb called the Crookes tube. Crookes tubes use a partial vacuum and two metal electrodes with a glass tube to produce a glow at the end, one of the ends of the glass tube. However, because of the vacuum inside, if you fracture the glass at all of the pieces from the sides go rushing in. And when the pieces that don't hit each other then go past each other and continue to go out, causing an explosion. Here's a video I found of a similar technology in an old TV exploding. In the Red Pyramid, another well-known pyramid in Giza, there's a series of spaces in the walls which are indented in and covered in soot and ash, but with nothing inside of them. Egyptologists claim that these spaces held statues of Sekhmet, an Egyptian deity. However, they've never cited any reason for why Sekhmet statues would have been in this pyramid, if they had any historical basis for being there, or how the charring and ashes and burn marks on the walls got there from just statues being there. So what I believe happened was the Egyptians were using some kind of ancient light bulb to light the pyramids. I believe that they had technology that we maybe don't know about, or maybe is being hidden from us for some reason or another. And at some point, maybe somebody fractured one of the bulbs. When it exploded, pieces went flying everywhere and fractured other bulbs, and they all exploded, causing some sort of disaster inside of the pyramid. The more you look into it, the more lies you can find from the Egyptologists and the Department of Antiquities. However, all of these are dwarfed in comparison to the biggest lie told to us, which is that the pyramids held mummies. They tell us this despite the fact that no mummy has ever been found in any pyramid. In fact, many of the supposed coffins inside of the pyramids were too small to even hold a regular human being, much less a sarcophagus with someone inside of it. If you want to know more about that and other mysteries of ancient Egypt, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a like to let me know, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any.
I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be.